So, people want to know if you believe in God. Yes, I do. I serve God. And I'm going to tell you my angel story. I'm going to give you the backdrop first, and the first drop of that is my father's story of his angel. And I was a teenager when he gave me the story, but he said, a tall African American man came to me for 3 days. Three. And he said, each day he asked me the same question: what do you have for me today? And my dad said, I didn't know what to give him. I didn't know what to tell him, what to say. I didn't even ask what he wanted. He said, in all 3 days that he came to me, I did nothing. And on the third day, I had seen this man who was 7 foot tall. And he said, as he asked that question to me and I did nothing, I turned around and seconds had passed. Not even a whole minute. We're talking seconds. He said, and that man disappeared, and I knew it was an angel, and I knew I messed up. He said, don't do what I did. If the angel comes to you, you give them whatever they ask for. I had backslid on the Lord. I had moved to California. I was Riverside, California. I had went through a very bad marriage. I had my son. I've only had one child, and at this point I was a single mom, and I was stuck in this place where I felt like, God, do you still love me? How can you still love me after all I've done, all I've been through? How can you love me? Do you love me? I couldn't ask him. So in that broken state, I walk into this laundromat. I'd been into it, I don't know how many times before, but this time I walk in and my dad's story of the angel was playing like a broken record in my head over and over and over. And this lady comes up to me and she says, this lady came in here and she's looking for a light. Do you have a light? And immediately I knew she was an angel. And I was thinking, oh my goodness. I said, well, I do have one I think I keep in my purse. If I still have it there. I used to smoke, but I don't now. So as I'm standing there, I hear her shuffling behind me and her feet. They're almost dragging. But when I look and she slid her arm in my arm. This woman, if she had stood straight up, would have been 7 foot tall, and she looked Israeli. I'm telling you, it was like I was looking at Israel. I've seen a lot of those people from that area, and I'm just telling you, I knew God put it there somehow. I can't explain it to you. So as we're standing there, she said, do you have a light? And I explained to her what I told the lady, that I had had one before because I used to smoke. And she said, I want to talk to you. Come sit with me. So we come and we sit at these chairs there at the laundromat. And this is where it gets really good. Pay attention. She said, you had a relationship with someone years ago, and you want to know if they still care about you. And I said, well, maybe my mom, my dad, my brother. I was trying to get her to tell me who they was. Now the sound around us is getting so much louder. She repeats the question again. You had a relationship with someone years ago, and you want to know if they still care about you. So again, I asked the question, okay, my mom, my brother, that could be anybody. Now the sounds are getting louder to the point where we're having to raise our voices. So she says it a third time. You had a relationship with someone years ago, and you want to know if they still care about you. And I said that again, right? I went to say again, my mom, my brother, and she said, they still do. As soon as she said that, I knew who she was talking about. She didn't have to tell me. God sent an angel to tell me he still loved me. He still was in love with me after all I had done. That love never ended. He's very real. And at the end of this moment, when she tells me this, it hit me so hard. I didn't even have a chance to really know how I was going to process this. And I could not take my eyes off of her. She was so tall. She was just a beautiful person. And she leaves the laundromat. I see her talk to a man, which I'm like, they don't even know she's an angel. Like, they had no clue. She asked him a question, and literally as quick as I seen her, gone. You want to know if I believe in God? Yes, I do. And that same love he has for me, he has for you. It doesn't end. It doesn't leave. It doesn't matter how far you went or where you've gone, what you've done. He still loves you. So much that he would send an angel if it required so to tell you, because he did it for me. He is a good God. Stop questioning if he's real. Stop wondering if he's good. Serve him now. It's about to wrap up. And I want to be able to enter in those gates to thank him for sending an angel